Hello and welcome to this YouTube video. In this video I want to show you all about Peakboard Hub lists. I'm here on the Peakboard Hub where I've already created one list which defines different machines. Each of the machines has a name and a number. Here in the Peakboard Hub lists, we have the possibility to create different kind of lists you can use in your application, to read data out of the lists you created here, but also to collect data in the lists from your Peakboard application. Let's create one other list by clicking here on the Add button. Let's call it Machine State, and we create two different columns. The first one is the machine number, which will be connected later to the number of the machine list, and also let's call the state. Let's create the state. Here we set a default value, call it OK, and also we added validation and allow three different values we can define here in the area list. Let's create one for OK, one for problem, and one for maintenance. And here I click on save and again on OK. Beside creating a new list by clicking here on add, I also have the possibility to import an existing list. This could be an export from an already existing list before, but you can also just import any kind of CSV data here. There you can select if you want to append it to an already existing list, override one, or create a new list. Also here you have the possibilities to create a filter. For this, let's go back to the machine list, and here I can, for example, just take all the machines starting with DMG. Also, you have the possibility to sort this list, for example, by the name. Or you can also hide columns which are not interesting for you. All these changes will be saved in your user settings in Peakboard Hub. You can also clear the list, download it, or delete it. Now, as we have created this machine state list, we go now over to the Peakboard Designer. In the Peakboard Designer, we can now start by adding the Peakboard Hub list as a data source. Let's click here on Load Lists, where we can, for example, select this new created list machine state. Also, we could add here sorting, filtering, or conditions to select just machines with this or that number or something like that. But let's just take all of them and click here on Load Data. We don't have any data here, but the columns are there now. Now we just add a button here on the canvas to add new rows into this list. Here in my script editor, I have now the possibility to go here to publish to external systems, where I can select Peakboard Hub, and here I can select, for example, add row at the end, but also I can change the value of an existing row. I could move full list into my Peakboard Hub list, so a variable list from my Peakboard Designer there, remove rows, clear all rows, or stuff like that. Let's here, for example, create a state for the machine with the number 1, and we set the state to problem. Now I click here on save and close, and by clicking on the button I will then create new rows in the list. Let's do so by clicking here on the button and go back to the Peakboard Hub. Here we can now see one row has appeared. Also, of course, you can directly change the values here, for example, the state to back to OK based on the validation we've created before. That's all I wanted to show you about Peakboard Hub lists today. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.